All right, do the intro.
All right. Hello. Welcome to another podcast. We're at, what is this, 5?
Episode 5.
We're at 5. I don't even remember anymore. We're only 5 episodes in. This is terrible. I'm your host for today, Leydi.
Hello, I am Mario.
Yo, I'm Chris, I guess.
And then sadly, Bradley is not here. He had something come up, so Bradley couldn't make
We
it.
still don't know, so I'm just going to speculate
That he's
and
dead.
say that he murdered someone and is on the run.
Okay, I guess.
I was gonna say that he tried to eat ass again and it didn't work out.
Probably. I'm just eating pizza.
Yeah, I guess. So since we are short one person and we have nothing to talk about, this might be a shorter episode.
Mm-hmm.
But I did want to. The only topic I really have is just to kind of address some feedback that we've been getting, at least from like my end.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have been getting any feedback at all.
From who?
Oh,
actually, for those people, yes.
I haven't got any feedback.
Okay.
You touch your Robin enough.
Yeah, but no one likes you.
Wow, guys.
I'm sorry. I guess I'll just leave the room now.
Rude.
Podcast over. We're done.
Cancelled.
Final episode.
We had a good run, guys.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'll go over some feedback that Bradley gave me from the people that have been listening, like that he listen to, and then my own feedback from my friends as well. From Bradley's side, the main two criticisms that they got, I wouldn't say criticism, but their feedback, was one, they wanted the episodes to be shorter, and two, they wanted us to stop talking over each other. Now, for the second part, that's not possible.
It's always gonna happen.
But it's always gonna happen.
It's gonna mostly happen now because we're not in front of each other. Because when you're sitting in front of someone, you could tell when they want to say something next. But since we're all talking over each other over Discord, this doesn't really help because we're not in front of each other. We can't really see each other.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, I'm still going to say it's going to happen because it's funny sometimes.
Yeah. But not as often.
Yeah, not as often, of course. But yeah, so for that, that's not going to happen. For the second part, for the first one about the length, I think it depends on what the listener's looking for. Because if they come to this and they think that we're like a podcast that's just about a topic and we're just going to discuss that topic for 20 minutes, you've come to the wrong place.
Yep.
Yeah, we can probably do that off on the side, maybe once in a while do that, but this is just like
maybe
nonsense being spoken 24/7.
Exactly. So even for episode 1, the very first thing we opened up with was the whole purpose of this, at least from my end, the whole purpose was for me to have a reason to talk to you people. Because I am terrible at keeping up with people. I don't text, and none of you guys are on Discord at 24/7 like I am. So if you send me a text message or you call me or whatever, I'm just gonna ignore you.
I think before this podcast, we used to see each other like probably every 6 months.
Yeah.
We used to meet up
2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
And I would text you solely for the purpose of setting up a meeting.
Yeah. That's the only time Chris would ever talk to me.
I started talking to Bradley again solely because he finally got Pokemon, and I could talk to him about that. And that's it. I haven't actually texted him in like a week because I have nothing to talk to him about. But also because like I don't text people that much. I just don't. So the whole purpose of this is literally just to record our conversations. Yeah, I am terrible, 100%.
No wonder he's single.
I mean, that's also by choice. Because no one wants to deal with this.
Yeah, whose choice?
My choice.
Yeah.
Also, like, no one wants to deal with this.
Nobody wants to deal with Chris. Could you imagine? Ugh.
Yeah, I am a sarcastic piece of shit. No one wants to deal with this. Also, like, the people around here suck.
They do.
It's fine. He'll move out here.
Yeah, eventually. But even then, who knows?
Oh.
But the whole purpose of this is like I'm not sad about it or anything. There's a difference between being alone and being lonely and wanting to be alone. Two different things. No means lonely. Am I lonely?
He's lonely. He doesn't want to be alone, but he kind of does.
Yeah, kind of. I'll settle with a cat. That's fine.
It's not even like a lonely. This is just like I don't want to deal with human interaction. Any other interaction is fine, just not human interaction.
I mean, like I already barely interact with humans.
It's still
Hence the whole purpose of this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Exactly. Okay, so I don't. So this podcast will just vary between lengths. It's probably gonna be an hour and a half long, just because we're just talking.
Probably, yeah.
I kind of see this more as it's not to be a bad thing, but I see it more as background noise for you to listen to while you do something else.
Yeah. So I do a podcast.
Think that anyone should actually sit down and stare at the screen for an hour to listen to four assholes talk to each other.
Yep.
I recommend driving and
the background.
That's normally what I do.
Drive, yeah.
Video, I'll put my GPS so I can get some Waze points.
He got Waze since we moved here, and he's been using it just to get like little points.
Yeah, I get a piece of candy sometimes. It's like, yeah, I got candy. I'm not baby Waze anymore. But yeah, so I'll do that, and then I'll have like a video on the
side. People who want a shorter podcast, unfortunately, I think you should go somewhere else. If you want something good background noise, good background noise, I think.
If you want a short podcast, just stop when you're good, and then come back to it later. If you need a refresher, just go back like 20 seconds, and you'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
We'll probably bring it up sometime later as well.
Yeah. Now, I also do envision that later on in the future, this will become something else, where in addition to just us talking to each other, we would give updates on what we're doing in terms of the businesses that we want to make.
Yep.
Now, I don't know if we ever made that clear. I think we made it once, saying that, like why the name of the podcast is Night Rise. The whole intention of like not necessarily the whole intention of our friendship, but like one of the reasons why we all got together. That's the only reason we're friends.
We're not friends for any other reason. We don't hang out. We don't go to movies. Yeah. Nope.
You secretly hate each other?
We definitely did not go watch a Star Wars movie together or maybe an Avengers movie. Nope.
We
totally didn't just go out with you for the sake of for making money in the future, possibly content.
Talking about how everything's going to be super laggy is happening right now.
Uh-oh.
Oh, really? Damn.
Next time, don't spend 3 hours at the DMV.
Fucking DMV, man. Was it the DMV? Yeah, was that the actual DMV? Okay. I don't even know where the fuck I was.
Okay, I'm gonna. Hopefully, am I cutting out for you guys? By the way,
a little bit.
Not much.
Okay, so like I said, I'm just gonna keep talking. Hopefully, it all stays in. But anyway, so one of the reasons why we all know each other is because we all want to go into business with each other. Bradley and I wanted to start on the side in addition to our regular job on the side and kind of grow that into our own business. We initially wanted to do a video game production company called Night Parade, and we recruited Mario for that. And then from that concept, we've been, at least I have, because I don't fucking know what you two do, but I've been kind of working on projects and finding ways to get us off the ground. And then we met Leydi through the same thing, where Bradley was like, hey, by the way, she wants to start her own thing. And I'm like, you know what? Collaborate. And we've still done nothing.
Bradley hasn't done anything for me.
But for the most part, yeah, I mean, we're both for both of our projects, our various projects, we're all still in like the pre-alpha phase, just because unfortunately we require people. We require people who can do these things. And they're all lazy assholes.
Yep.
Like Bradley and Mario.
Yep.
I mean,
hopefully, we'll get it off the ground, and we'll have either one big mega company or two separate ones that work together a lot. I don't know yet. We don't know yet.
We don't know yet. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Who knows what might happen? So eventually this podcast will evolve into something else where we would give updates on that as well, and maybe talk about things within the industry and stuff like that. We'll generate more topics as we start to develop our companies.
Yep.
For the time being, it's just us just talking to each other. So those were like the feedbacks from their end. From my end, I had two things. first one was Mario's mic. You two need to get a different mic because Mario's audio comes out really low sometimes.
I'm
If you
sorry.
listen to the
I look
recordings.
away a lot, or if I'm talking to a lady, I'll like look at her, and then I just did it
So
right
either
now.
either get a separate mic or learn to speak into a microphone.
Her fucking computer doesn't work with another mic for some reason. I've tried using mine, which I think mine would actually be better for the both of us sharing.
Or
That has
get a
proven to be better, but it's
get a
not
computer.
working.
Get a computer.
The money you're gonna
That's asking a lot.
instead
Like,
of
can you
using
use
the
your
money
laptop?
to
Probably could
instead
be
of
being in the
using
room.
instead of using the money to buy another sofa or something, use it to buy a computer.
The sofa's already bought.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your next furniture item you're gonna buy?
Hopefully nothing.
A coffee table.
No.
All right,
We
don't buy
have
the coffee table,
the
buy the
fucking
computer.
shadow box that we can turn into a table.
Have you done it?
Okay, so the second
I
one
will burn this
isn't necessarily.
apartment down. And I'll make sure the couch and that fucking TV stand is in here.
That's rude.
And then your
So the
laptop will be
second-
outside, I'll still step on it.
Oh my god!
Ignore him. You were saying.
All right, so the second piece is not necessarily something like against you guys, but because like the people who have been talking to me are my friends, they listen to it mainly for me, and Bradley's friends listen mainly for him and stuff like that. So one of the things that they are trying to, I guess, get better at or just have their own criticisms about is that like they don't really. We need to do something to make them care about everyone in the cast, not just the person they listen about.
I'm a human too.
But I argue that if you listen to us, we're talking about our lives, and you can get to know us that way. You know?
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's like a valid criticism, but just keep that in mind. That
Well, the way I
maybe
think of
we
it,
should.
the way I take that is like how you first watch a YouTuber, for example. If you're watching a Let's Play, for example, and you're just watching Markiplier for the first time. Like, alright, cool. It might be a few things that he says that you might find funny or you might find entertaining, but it's like I don't give a shit about him really. I don't know who he is. I've seen one video, but then you talk to somebody who's seen like every single video of his, and they're like, yeah, I know Markiplier. Like, you may not know him in person, but you at least know the kind of personality he has, or at least he gives out consistently
Yeah.
with all his work. So that just comes with watching the people more. And it also depends on where they start off, because you can just start off on, let's say, Creeper Soccer from AH. That's not a good video to start on for AH, but if you watch another Minecraft, the first Minecraft or something with them, then you can probably go off like, oh, I don't really know them, but they're pretty funny and I like this stuff. I'll watch maybe another episode and then you'll get to know, like you'll know Gavin's dumb and he stuck his finger up some cat's butt. And
Yeah, and their
so,
inside jokes and
yeah,
stuff like that.
you'll get things like that. You're not gonna get that after one video, or especially if you start off on like a not top tier video of theirs.
Mm-hmm.
So
Of course. So
them.
yeah, of course, and that's kind of like what I told him, and he immediately says that like it's kind of like his impatience. And I'm like, okay, well that's kind of your
Well, that's
problem.
on you.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I kind of wanted to bring it up anyway. Maybe, I don't know, we'll do something later about it. But those are the only things that I really was given as feedback. And I kind of just wanted to address that, for the time being, we're just talking and you can get to know us that way. And hopefully you find us entertaining. I think I'm entertaining.
Yeah, Chris is the
He does
entertainment.
backflips.
Chris does backflips.
Fucking speaking of backflips, there's a dude who used to work in the store, or at least. Well, let me preface this by this. Today was my last day working at IKEA, so
Goodbye,
like I'm
IKEA.
I'm going to say that they're all my ex-employees now. So there's this one of them who's joining the Marines, and he was telling me about their PT training and stuff like that, and I was like, have you ever seen that picture of the Spetsnaz like elite force guy doing a backflip throwing a hatchet? And he was just blown away by it. So let me get that picture right now. I don't know, have you guys seen that picture?
I haven't seen that picture. That sounds
Nope.
great.
Okay, then
See,
it's
if you
Spetsnaz back. Yep, it's the first thing.
see, if I see someone do that, I'm just like, cool. I'm guessing you're about to execute me, and I just have to sit here and take it. Because what can I do to prevent you from just backflipping and hatcheting me? Like, I have nothing.
There you go.
That is amazing.
Wow.
That is very impressive.
That's crazy.
It's fucking awesome. But yeah,
A true test of you being a badass. Hercules did his 8 whatevers. Fuck it, he never did a backflip while throwing a hatchet. Instantly less of a badass than that Spets.
hey man, the Russians go hard, man. They do.
That's the Russian version of Hercules right there.
Right there, and that's only one of them. Now imagine an entire like squadron of them.
I have a squadron of them all backflipping, throwing hatchets at you.
That man is on point. Like he's about to kill that piece of wood.
That's shit.
And he's backflipping over barbed wire.
That is terrifying.
Yeah, they go hard, man.
Flips.
I have never done a flip in my life.
I did a few back when I did parkour.
I can
You did
backflip.
parkour?
Yeah, I did parkour in I think it was half my junior year. It was my senior year. Half my junior year, early senior year, I did parkour. And
I can't imagine that.
just imagine a super nimble behemoth running around.
Yeah, because you're like 12 feet tall. How are you doing this?
Yeah, I know, right? I
very-
did the same thing.
Very carefully and dangerously. There's actually at one time I almost broke my neck and my ankles, and actually did break my leg.
Where did you do this?
It was at a gym. There was a gym in Miami. That I did
Oh,
parkour
okay.
at. So
Because
I
I was
did it
imagining you being like downtown, like being like giant furry Spider-Man, just parkouring.
Giant furry spider.
I did do it outside a lot, but not. I don't think I did it in downtown. I did it in Wynwood once. There's like a small section of that a friend of mine got. He's like, hey, yeah, they hired me to paint this place, cause like he was working at like some painting company or whatever, and they're like, cool. Hey Mario, do you want to like put some paint on your feet, and then we'll just like run around and paint like the walls by doing parkour stuff on it? And I was like, sure.
That is the most inefficient way to paint something.
Not only that, it came out really cool because we were trying to make like a design on the wall / floor by doing it, but it was really dumb because it was slippery as fuck. So we were sliding around while doing it, and we fell a few times. We were like, all right, let's just stop and actually paint this properly. And we're like, all right, cool.
How old were you?
At that point I was like 17 at oldest.
Yeah, we do
graduated when I
dumb
was 17.
we do dumb shit at that age.
It was fine. But yeah, there were times where it was like I don't want to make this jump just because I was afraid, especially if it was really high up because I don't like heights.
And you did parkour?
Yeah. And it'd be like a simple 4-foot jump, but just because of the height elevation to what I'm jumping to was significantly lower to me, it looked like it was like a good 7-8 feet. I'm like, I don't know. Even though I was able to jump 9 feet, no problem. I was still like,
well, yeah,
I don't know if I
you're
can actually
12.
make this. So I was like,
that shouldn't be hard for you. You're 12 feet tall.
yeah, I did it, and it was like, oh my god, I actually almost jumped it by accident. It was pretty fine. But there was one time I had to jump to a wall because I was never good at actually catching the walls and holding onto them. My hands would always slip off. And there was a metal bar above my head. So because of my height, I was super worried about hitting that. So I didn't want. You're supposed to jump up and land on like the side of the wall so you can get a good grip, and not throw all your momentum forward and accidentally hurt yourself.
Okay.
But because of that bar above my head, I didn't want to jump too high up and hit my head, so I jumped a little bit straighter, and I ended up just going straight at the wall. And I hit the wall so hard, the backbone, like that thin bone in your leg that's behind your shin, it basically just cracked and shifted a little bit. And it was like, cool. I'm on the floor. That hurts. I have adrenaline going though, so I'm good. I try to get up, and I instantly fall to the floor. And like, yo, you okay? It's like, yeah, I don't know. That was weird. My leg just gave out. And then the guy who was teaching the instructor at the time helped to pick me up, and my leg again just completely collapsed. It refused to support my weight. So I just fell back. I was like, I don't know what's going on. I was like, just take a seat. It's all good. There's no ice right now, but we're gonna go get some. And then yeah, it's all good. And then it just started hurting a lot. And then I was like, oh, my knee isn't broken. My ankle's fine. I don't really feel much because I have a bunch of adrenaline. Mom's like, let's just take you to a doctor just in case. Yeah, your leg's broken. It's like, oh, cool. How am I gonna get the 5 flights of stairs for school? And like, you're not going to school for like the next 3 days. Your legs
Damn.
you should not get on your leg at all. So I would like
Did your
crawl up and down my stairways and all that stuff. It was really stupid.
Did your school have an elevator?
It did, and even when I had like a cast and crutches and everything, they
Mhm.
still were like, "Well, do you have a paper saying that you're allowed to use the elevator though?" I'm like, "I'm sorry, what?"
Hmm.
They have crutches, and you can see my legs in the cast. What do you mean? Like, yeah, you need a paper. It says like, yes, I have a paper that says I shouldn't be on my leg for like 2 months, which is only like realistically like a month. But yeah, like here's the paper. It's like, well, it's not the one from the school, but I'll allow you this time. It's like, the fuck you mean? You're gonna make me go up 3 flights of stairs when I have a broken leg and crutches? What
That
kind of
teacher must
fucking
have
bullshit?
hated you.
It was a security guard.
That guy must have hated you.
Yeah, no, I was like, fuck you. He asked me 2 or 3 times after, and before like other times when I was trying to like leave class early so I can start walking and to my other class, because for me to walk from one side of school to the other took a while with
Yeah,
crutches.
I
So I'm
bet.
not used to it, especially going up and down the stairs. I missed my bus a lot because I couldn't get to the bus fast enough. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
still
I
me
can
like
imagine
5-10 minutes. It was really stupid. They're assholes. What is that?
I mean, that's high school for you, right?
Yeah, terrible. I want
Yeah.
that
Okay.
pizza.
I want fan art of like no one ever seeing your face, just drawing what we describe, and that is like an 18-foot furry black hole. Because that's all I've ever described you as.
He's also half black. He's not like. I want to see how this goes.
I am technically,
How
but
black in height or in like dick length?
why not both?
Speaking of that,
you
I,
have accurate proportion.
Oh,
You've seen
God.
accurate proportion to one of those. Ladies.
speaking of that, this is a terrible segue. So we got a new iOS update, and it came with like this measuring thing. The first thing I did was measure my dick.
What?
Yeah.
It's a what?
Yeah,
You
the-
didn't tell me about this.
The iPhone's got a new update, and you can measure stuff. And oh my god, damn it, Chris.
Can you?
The
pull that
first
up
thing
and
I did
read
was
that
that.
real quick.
And you know,
Okay, I'll do it later then.
it was a fun time. I also know that I am eternally 12 years old.
Chris is fucking ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Are you measuring stuff out now around the apartment?
No, it's telling me to sync stuff. Whatever.
I don't know how accurate it is, but I like the measurement, so I'm gonna say it's accurate.
So that counts. Someone
I
argues
gotta ask, but I
iPhone
don't
says-
want to know.
My iPhone says that I'm 13 inches. The fuck you mean I'm not 13 inches, babe?
I want to ask Chris, but I don't want to know.
I'm going to give you a lie, so don't ask.
I'm totally 6 feet.
Yeah, of course.
I'm just really shy, so it gets really small. That's how I want to walk around.
You know what they say about people with big hands?
Oh yeah, of course.
I think the next thing I should measure is the girth.
God dang it, Chris. He's such a fucking
I'll let you.
child.
I know that. Fucking, I still play Pokemon and shit. Of course, I'm a child.
Very true. No, I don't think Lady had this experience, but Chris, you might have. Did you ever
yeah.
have those group of people in school, like middle school or high school,
Mhm.
that in class or at any time in the school, they would measure their own dicks to kind of compete with each other? On who
Yeah,
had bigger dick
yeah.
size, yeah.
That was pretty much every day in gym class.
I don't think I could relate.
Yeah. Funny enough, I had that in my English class of all classes.
In English, okay.
Yeah, I don't know why, but they would like get together, like, oh, we're reading some book or like doing some notes thing, so like they would do that, and then they would just like go and like measure their dick right there in class. Or they'd walk to the bathroom, come back, and be like, "This is my measurement," and they'll kind of compete with it. And they'll like look over each other and be like, "Are you sure? Are you sure you're measuring it right? Are you getting like are you pushing it back further than what it should be, or are you like doing it from the base?" And they're like, "What the fuck is this?"
I mean, I'd imagine like the two classes that would happen would be either PE or math. Because
I
in
don't
math
see
you
that
would get a
happening in math.
ruler.
Yeah.
I mean, because in math you would take out the ruler,
Yeah.
Fair enough.
you know. And in PE, like I don't know about you guys, but we actually had like showers in our PE. So
Yeah.
you would go in there and you would see that, and people would just be measuring.
Oh God,
And
no.
if you,
They put out their
I
iPhone and start measuring.
measuring flaccid, of course, because if you got hard, you're gay.
Very true.
Man,
And that was high school.
I would just walk into like the girls' like showers and they'd just all be naked there.
Yeah, but like, wouldn't they like? Would they be like measuring the like size of their breast or anything like that?
No, because you could already tell just from looking at girls like that's a B, that's a C, those are double D's. Blah, blah,
I
blah.
don't know. I'm not a girl.
I find it funny that I was thinking that same question that Chris asked, but the
Mhm.
way Chris said it compared to what I was thinking, it made it sound so much more nicer and professional.
What'd you say?
What?
Were you gonna say?
Because you're like, oh, you like mentioned the breast is like, were you checking out how big their tits were?
Were you guys like measuring your depth at all, or?
No.
Your depth.
All right, so are we gonna restart the podcast now?
Nope, we're 26
That's
minutes
fine.
in.
We're too deep in this.
Not too deep in.
Is this gonna be one long bleep again?
All over.
Did you do that? I actually didn't see that last one.
No.
Oh yeah, no. She like replaced it with like tasteful music.
Oh, did she? I was actually
Yeah.
hoping that she would just like, cause I think I don't remember if it was during or after we were talking about like bleep bleep motherfucker,
Mm-hmm.
and we were just making a bunch of bleep sounds.
Bleep, bleep,
And I was thinking like you could just like record that, and every time you did bleep something out, just put that in there.
bleep,
Now
bleep,
she did
bleep,
some
bleep.
professional bleeps,
Some professional bleeps.
but
Are they
for
professional?
the very beginning when we were talking about her job, she replaced it with like a small clip of like good music, of like non-copyright music, and then you just hear me go, and we're back.
All right, sounds good.
That's what I did.
I can say that like I think of the people who listen to the podcast, I think the most is probably me and Lady, because Lady like records it.
Mhm.
I mean, edits it. We all record it. Like she edits it, and I actually listen to it because I can't tell. Like the sound of my voice is weird to me, so it just sounds like a different person, and that
Yeah.
different person is fucking hilarious.
I hate hearing myself. Oh my God, I hate
Me
it.
too. I feel like I talk, and I notice myself now with this more, and when I start speaking, that I feel I have I feel like my nose is stuffy whenever I hear myself talk. But is that me? Does I always sound
He
like
asked
my
me-
nose is stuffy?
He asked me the other day. He's like he was hearing himself. He's like, that's not me. It's like that's how you sound. He's like I don't sound like that. It's like
Yeah, that's how you sound,
that's
guy.
how you sound.
I sound like shit.
I'm always surprised how deep my voice is.
Yeah, bro, you got a deep ass voice.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, when I listen to it, I'm just like, that person doesn't sound like me, but he's hilarious.
I thought I
He
had
gives me
a,
the ha-ha.
I thought I had a deeper voice than like
Nope.
most girls, but no, I actually don't.
No.
When I
Yeah,
hear
and
myself.
I also forget everything we talk about.
I do.
So I'm
Someone-
listening
when
to it,
someone-
and I'm
when
just
people-
like, this is hilarious.
When people post comments and like I'm reading through them, I'm like, I have no idea what these fuckers are talking about.
Exactly.
And
Except for
I'm
the milk one.
and I'm the one that goddamn has to like watch the podcast like 3 goddamn times that I don't remember.
Pretty much.
That's how it was
Like,
when
I was actually sorry. Good day.
All right, that was exactly what happened when Lady and I put out the first Assassin's Creed video we did, and I think it's the only one that's out so far. But she was showing me the video when it actually came out, and after she edited it and everything, and I think we were talking about sand or something in the video, and I started going off on the whole thing of animating sand and how much of a pain in the ass it is, and just talking about it. And then 2 seconds into the video, I started going on the rant about it, the exact same things I was saying. I was like, oh shit, I completely forgot about the conversations. And
Yeah.
it happened a lot.
It happens a lot. Like, I don't think I repeat stories, but I just forget that I tell them when I'm re-listening to it.
Mm-hmm.
So like to this morning, while I was doing some shit at work, it was me and my buddy. We were actually listening to the last episode, and I completely forgot everything I talked about.
Same.
Yeah. So I was just like laughing to myself, and he just looked at me like I'm an asshole because I'm laughing at my own jokes.
It's like, oh man, I'm so funny.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but I
So
legitimately
conceited.
like forgot all of that, and I also like don't recognize my own voice at all.
It's like, well, this guy is really cocky.
Yeah.
I agree.
Fucking Bernie Burns is the same thing.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
Chris,
just yeah.
in these past, was it 2-3 days? When did you go grocery shopping? Yesterday?
Yeah.
In the last 2 days, I almost pulled the same stunt you did with your car 3 times.
You can't make fun of me now.
I was getting out of my car, had my door open, about to close, and I was like, wait, my keys are inside. Because I noticed the car was on. Just as I was going to close, with a slight vibration. Because my car is also really quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, whoops, that was an accident.
See, it's a common mistake.
It is. I went grocery shopping a few hours later after I got out of work, and then I almost did it again. And I just like threw my door and started walking away, and then I was like, oh wait, no, and I went back and caught it just before it closed. And
Wait, does
then
your car automatically lock the doors if you close it?
not with it being on, as long as it's on park,
Okay.
you will have to manually lock it if you want to when it's on park.
Okay. So you would have been fine.
I would have been fine, but still, at
Mm-hmm.
some point.
Yeah, so you almost did it 3 times.
Yeah, and
I've
then
only
today
done
I did
it
that
once.
too.
So you almost did it 4 times.
No, today will be the 3rd time.
Okay. I've
I
only
got
ever
to the
done it
DMV.
once. So I still laugh about it. It's pretty funny.
It
was stupid
it is
as
really
fuck.
funny. I was like, God damn it! I think I even said to the lady when we went grocery shopping, like, I'm doing what Chris does.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. So yeah, I have no topics to talk about. So what have you guys been doing?
We went to the DMV today
For 3
All right, let's move on
hours
to another subject.
for nothing.
for 3 hours just to find out that actually our part of the zip code, because apparently the zip code is divided into 2. That half of the zip code is in the Travis County, and the other half of the zip code is in Williamson County. I think that's what it's
Yeah,
called.
something like that. And literally, the county split up. The street in front of us is the different zip code.
Yeah.
So you walk to the other side, the other apartments across the street. Cool, now you're in a different zip code. So we went to the wrong DMV where they wouldn't give us a license plate because we have to go to the other counties. And we're like, fuck. That's
Why didn't anyone tell me this while I waited in line?
They told us what our county was. The thing is, they're so close together that they told us the wrong county. In the system, it showed the accurate county was actually the other one. So we thought this whole time we were in the right county, and it's like, nope. We were in actually the other county, and fuck, that sucks. But they did say that we do have like all the copy of the paperwork, and they like, yeah, you're fine, you're good. So you just go tomorrow, or Lady's gonna go tomorrow because I work.
Yeah, I have to go spend my day going to the other county office to turn in all the paperwork so we get our goddamn license plates.
Man, being an adult is hard, isn't it?
Yeah,
Adulting sucks.
We're not moving to another
does.
state just to avoid doing this ever again. We're not
Ever
stuck
again.
here in Texas.
Yeah, because being an adult sucks, dude.
Yeah.
It's
I don't
too
have to
much
do that
paperwork.
yet, but I already dread it. I don't want to do it.
It's okay. At least we're doing it first, because then Chris is just gonna show up like a fucking asshole, sleep on our couch for a couple months, and then he'll move out.
Yeah, you're right.
You know I'm right.
Yeah,
I'll share half of it with Maria.
there you go. It'll be a perfect fit then, because it's like it's an L-shaped couch.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what that's called.
It's a section.
I will.
Sectional.
I'm pretty sure I'll snore her out the room. But yeah,
Probably.
I'm sure I'll top you.
Yeah, you two
I-
fucking snore. God damn it.
I don't. Do you guys have separate bedrooms, or you sleep in one bedroom?
No, we do one
We
bedroom.
sleep in one bed.
We can't afford 2
How the
bedrooms.
fuck do we have 2
Fucking,
bedrooms
I don't know,
in a
man.
one-bedroom
Maybe,
apartment?
maybe like while you were there, you turned to a good Christian couple and you sleep in 2 beds. I don't know.
What religion do you
We
think
just
I'm in?
have a blanket between each other the whole time as we sleep. It's fine.
I mean, going back to the point of this podcast, I don't know you that well. I don't talk to you.
All right, just so you know,
not Christian.
Mario doesn't have a religion, and I'm pagan.
I really do. I just don't know what's it called.
I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, I don't.
It's called
remember.
unobtainium.
Sure, let's go with that. I believe in unobtainium and the Jedi rules.
Don't you Googleism?
Yeah,
There you go.
I believe in Googleism.
I
Lord
believe
Google is
in
my
the
only
flying
Lord.
spaghetti monster.
The flying spaghetti monster. That's a good one too. You gotta join that one.
No,
No.
I don't like the flying spaghetti that monster.
Yeah, math words are hard.
That wasn't even a word.
I just gave up halfway. I can't. I don't know what I'm saying.
You do words good. Don't worry.
I adult with words. I'm a fucking boss. I'm a boss at some place.
God.
How is that job going? Because apparently you want to quit. And every single episode, someone has to quit their job.
Yeah, it's gotta be you.
All right, cool. I'll send a text to my boss and say, I'm not showing up tomorrow. Good luck.
What bullshit has he pulled this time?
Gave me shit for leaving an hour and a half after work the other day because apparently
He gave you shit for it.
yeah, he gave me shit because I had to like fix stuff. Well, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of us had to fix stuff, and we left like an hour and a half after because a lot of things were just trashed around Domino's.
Okay.
So you had to clean all the machines and do all stuff because it was really messed up because we got like a bunch of people making last minute orders.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, well, fuck. Okay, I guess we just cleaned everything, but I guess we'll re-clean it. And there's still people in here making orders. We can't kick them out. So like, fuck.
I wouldn't be mad about that. You're making money.
Yeah, but
Did you make plan?
Yeah, we did.
All right, then why is he
did.
complaining?
Because it wasn't a significant amount.
And you made plan. Fuck you.
It's like, let's say our plan is 20,000. Well, why didn't you make, for staying an hour and a half extra, why didn't you make 40? It's like, the fuck you mean? It's an hour and a half extra, not like a full day's worth of hours.
Exactly.
To make double the amount. Just like,
Yeah.
Oh, Chris is being summoned. But yeah, so that was the whole thing. I was like, that makes like, alright. He didn't really bitch me out for it. He just like let me know about it, because apparently we've used not us not just my Domino's location, but like the company for the district has used a lot of money like on overages, on people going over hours in general, with like almost $500,000 for just the district.
Your district is only one state.
Yeah, but we're big.
It's a big ass.
It's a big state, okay?
I know, but still.
There's like,
I
what is
know.
it, like 5 major cities in the state?
I thought there
sure.
were only 3.
No, because there's
Dallas,
Houston.
Houston, and Austin. That's
No,
it.
there's Dallas,
there's
Houston,
only 3
Austin, San Antonio, El Paso.
El Paso's a major city?
El Paso is technically considered a major city.
We only care about 3 of them.
Yeah, I care about 1 or 2. San Antonio's pretty cool. San Antonio's where the Alamo is, right?
Mm-hmm.
The
Sure.
Alamo. It's nice.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
I totally didn't do a report on the Mexican-American War, where they took Texas.
I had an associate who had to do a report on why flat earthers believe the earth is flat.
Oh my god. Calm down, Jesus.
And
What kind of stupid report is that?
now it's an informative, it was an informative like report / essay / speech type of deal. And so it wasn't a persuasive thing. Like, she's not a flat earther. She was supposed to like gather information on why flat earthers believe what they believe. And I'm gonna be honest, for about like 10 seconds, she almost convinced me.
What hooked you on this? What gave you this might be legit?
What gave me the hook was she goes, "Do you believe the earth is flat?" I go, "No," and she goes, "Why?" And I couldn't think of an answer.
What do you mean you couldn't think of an answer? There's so many.
I couldn't think of an answer besides I see a curve. You know, like if I look at the horizon.
That's already a pretty big answer, because a lot of flat earthers don't believe there's a curve.
Did you? I don't know if you ever saw this tweet, but it was a tweet that Elon Musk, he tweeted the Flat Earth Society. He's like, wait, so do you guys think that Mars is flat? And they responded to him, and they were like, no, actually, Mars has been proven to be round.
What the fuck
I don't
has
know.
Mars done to be proven to be round, but Earth not?
Okay, so from what she told me from her information gathering is that the flat earthers believe that everything else is round except for the Earth, because the Earth was made specifically for us. It's actually strangely religious.
That makes perfect sense. That's religious. It's fucking stupid though. That makes no sense on why it would be made specifically for us flat.
The only reason that we're able to have a home on Earth is because from the distance from the sun, because we're in like the perfect spot.
Do they?
Yeah,
do
they have
look at
the zone,
Do they look at a world map and just be like, "This is it," like the flat version of it, like this is how the Earth is?
Apparently, one of the things that they cite for claiming that the Earth is flat is a Bible verse that specifically says something about God spreading something to the 4 corners of the Earth, and that's supposed to be figurative, I believe, but they're taking it literally.
Also, a lot of people thought that the Earth was flat.
That too.
At that time.
Of course. And the Bible itself is not like the word of God. It's like people getting divine inspiration to write the Bible. So that's like, it depends on what you believe, obviously, but like that, from what she told me, they are taking it literally to kind of validate their claim.
That for you can take so many things literally
Oh, I know.
from literally everything.
Why are you yelling at me? I'm not a flat earther.
And you can bend words in any way you want to make them literally, figurative, or whatever. But
Yeah, I know, man.
there are so many things that prove that the Earth is round. Aside from the fact that...
Starting with the fact that we've gone to space, and from space you could see that it's round.
No, they believe those are fake pictures.
Oh my god!
Yeah, they believe those are fake pictures, and they also believe that since you can't actually see the entire Earth, that it can't prove that it's round. But also, like, they kind of forget that the Earth is only half illuminated at all times.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they forget. I think they just don't want to bring that up.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they also don't believe in gravity either.
Did you see?
That's what I meant. Like, fucking gravity is a point. They have literally put science to gravity in a Minecraft world where it would be all kinds of fucked up because all that gravity and flat would have some kind of save that would work. But it doesn't. It doesn't work because gravity would be so fucked up, and we would literally be like half off in space, half not. It'd be so stupid here.
I love how passionate he is about this.
Chris,
it slightly infuriates me.
Yeah, he's really mad about it. But Chris, did you ever see? There was a video of some dude that he
The
went.
Australia one?
No,
Oh.
it's not the Australia one.
I want to talk about the Australia one.
This dude went on a plane with like the little ruler that has like the little level bubble thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, if the Earth was round, then the level bubble would move and not be centralized the entire flight. And he's like, it proves that the Earth is flat because the bubble never moved from the middle. It's like, oh my god.
No, you're supposed to rest it on something.
He rested it on his leg on the flight from like, I think it was like San Francisco to like New York or whatever. I think it was.
But if the plane is leveled out, then it would be leveled.
Fine. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people were giving him shit. They're like, bro, you do know the plane is supposed to be leveled, and it turns. It doesn't like bend down. It like moves
Unless
up
you're gonna
and down.
die. Yeah.
Does he imagine the plane is just a sky train that is on rails, and that's why that's how planes work? They're just invisible
I don't
rails
know.
or something. That's the only reason I can think of that the level thing will go up and down.
So this is what we were talking about at like 8 p.m. on a closing day. And I was super tired, so I had like a brain fart for about 10 seconds and I couldn't think of a reason why the Earth was round.
It's like, oh my god, you're right.
Like I said, she's not a flat earther. She was just doing a speech on it.
Did she call you an idiot for potentially believing it?
Mm-hmm.
No. She just legitimately, she just goes like, I don't actually care if the Earth is round or flat. I just have to do a fucking thing on it to get a grade.
Did you ever hear about those people that believe Australia isn't real?
What?
There's a group of people that
Oh,
believe
yeah.
that
You what, mate?
Australia isn't real. It's not a real country. It doesn't exist. The governments just want to make you think it does for something.
Yeah, it's actually New Zealand apparently.
Yeah, it's just New Zealand. Whenever you go to Australia, you actually don't get dropped off on... I'm not buying you more of those. You're not buying any more of those.
All right, fine, whatever.
All right. She's eating some candy that she has had like so many of them.
Shut up! I love this candy.
I know.
She's
and
her own
always
woman.
buys
She can do what she wants.
Yeah, I could go buy it myself.
All right, cool. You can't. You never have money for your bills. I'm not gonna bail you out. That's on you.
All right.
Go return your candies and see if you can get your money back.
You were saying?
But yeah, they'll be like, all right, cool. We're going to. They're gonna be that smug look while eating the candy. Fuck you. She's like,
You
just
guys,
give me a
you
smug
guys want to talk about this? You want me to leave the room or?
Yeah,
That's
that's fine. You go to Australia, you actually get off on New Zealand, and then you're slightly drugged, and that's why you think you're in Australia, but you actually don't. You actually get off in New Zealand. They just drug you with some gas or something, so you kind of like fall asleep, and they move you around, and then like, oh, look at that, you're in New Zealand, and they implant memories into you.
What?
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
That
And there are
went
people who are trying
from
to
slightly
prove it.
plausible to like insane conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Because
then-
I get like the slightly plausible part is like you land and they just tell you that you're in New Zealand. Now you're introducing gases and memory implants and
Yeah,
what?
it's all weird. Plus, if you ever meet an Australian person, they're not actually Australian. They're either lying or they're actors that are paid off to pretend to be Australian.
Yeah.
So were you listening to Alex Jones for this or?
This was like just how Lady stumbled upon this. She showed me it, and I was like, and there's a guy, Laserbeam. If you go on YouTube, look up Laserbeam and
Yeah, I know who Laserbeam is.
Yeah,
No, YouTube. For other people who
But
don't.
Laserbeam was the one that was doing the video.
He-
Because he literally walked outside. He was like, I don't know, this looks pretty real to me.
it was so obscene. Just like Laserbeam Australia isn't real, and you'll find his video of it. It's so funny, but it's so obscene. We went down a rabbit. We saw like 10 or so videos, not just of his, but like of other YouTubers. People actually saying that no, this is proof that Australia isn't real. I went to try and visit Australia, and it wasn't there. It was just New Zealand. And there are people like who go to Australia routinely, and they're like, yeah, Australia's great. It's like they're lying. They're all lies. They're just being paid to act like they actually were.
How far is New Zealand from Australia by boat?
Oh,
I don't know by boat.
Mono.
I don't know.
Because like, how do you explain like if you land in New Zealand and you take a boat from New Zealand to Australia, can they still say they haven't been in Australia?
It's still New Zealand. It's just like it's a fake piece of land that they made and they're calling it Australia, but it's just a small piece. That's why you can't actually go through all of it. They just say it's deadly, but you really can't. That's basically like their reasoning for it. Like,
So
I don't
do you
understand.
think? All right, so conspiracy theory. Do you think that this is being perpetuated by New Zealanders to take the country of Australia?
Aren't they both technically owned by?
Yes.
That's what they want you to think.
Yes.
It's like I'm pretty sure they're both part of.
Owned by the same country. Yes.
Yeah, by England. The
That's what they want you to
they're owned by
think.
the British.
Although I don't fucking know what is the point of making up Australia and having it not be real. Like, I want to understand the logic of.
I don't know. Ask
Why-
a New Zealander.
I just don't fucking understand. It makes
Don't-
no sense.
Do New Zealand? Do people from New Zealand have like a controversy? Like, do they have like a
Well-
fight with Australians? What's
No,
that?
they're
Well,
fine. They're good with each
Well,
other.
I think some people get offended if you like mistaking a New Zealander for an Australian
That's different.
because apparently they have like slightly different accents or something.
There's a
Yeah,
difference in them.
Scottish don't like being mistaken for British.
Irish.
Mm-hmm. But you can
No,
you
no,
can
no.
tell.
Oh, British. Sorry, yeah. I don't know why I was thinking about. It's like when you call someone who's Chinese, Japanese, or vice versa, they get very offended by it. But there's like
I just say yes at this point.
yeah, like there's a distinct difference between them. I would say
Oh, I know.
I think the only New Zealand person I've ever heard with a New Zealand accent talk is Jessica Negri in some video where she brought her New Zealand accent. Holy shit, that is a cool accent. I just have to say it's really fucking cool. I would love to be able to talk like that. Although I do understand why she
Nothing's
got
stopping you.
English. It's hard.
I know.
Yeah, also like the words she uses. I was like, I don't know what the fuck these words mean.
I don't know what you're telling me, but it's so high.
The only words I understood was Vegemite, yes, and that's it.
So it's
Everything
kind
else
of
is
like
eh.
it's kind of like when I hear
Oh
Jamaican
god no.
because I can't understand
yeah.
I can't understand a Jamaican accent at all.
There's some words that are sometimes it goes back and forth.
I can't like at all, dude. Even at work, sometimes when we do get the occasional Jamaican, I just can't. I'm just like, you deal with this.
I've only dealt with like 2 Jamaicans
God.
before, so one of them was my friend who I understand. The other one was a friend of my uncle's in the military, who I could not understand, but he had a thick ass Jamaican accent. But he was so funny. Like, he'll be talking to his drill sergeant, and he'll be like, "Yes, sir, man. I'm on it, sir, man." And I was like, "Are you fucking doing this?" The person's like, "I'm just so used to it, man."
Speaking of work, you know what's really fun?
What?
Just ordering people around for no reason. It's
God,
so good.
Yes. I just stand there. I'm like, can you go do that thing for me? All right.
Yeah, but at least for me,
I
like
get
I'm like bluntly honest. I will go up to an associate and go, I don't want to do this. You do this. Or like, I'm feeling lazy. I ain't going to do this. You're doing this.
Same.
And I heard this funny story once from Tina, where it was like Tina and Franklin. They were talking, and Tina was like, "Hey Franklin, do you know how to faux jeans?" And Franklin goes, "Yeah, I do." "Hey associate, do this." That was his version. Yeah, that was his version of folding jeans. He didn't want to do it, so he was just like, "Hey, yeah, you do this."
That's pretty funny. I actually get annoyed by having to do that because I'm like, they might fuck this up. Fuck you, go do this. I
Yeah.
know you won't fuck it up, and I'm gonna do this property.
Yeah, but at some point, like I had to learn that like I have to let them fail so I can teach them properly.
Oh no, I don't. Like
Mhm.
letting them do it so they learn and fail is when I'm not
Mhm.
there and I see them after, and I'm like, hey, you
Mhm.
fucked up on this. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Now we're gonna sit here and talk about this and do this now. But when I'm there, unless I really don't want to or I'm busy with something else,
Mhm.
I'll just make them do it.
My other favorite line is fucking it was I'm trying to remember now because I haven't used it in a while. Damn it! Come back to me.
That's a great line.
Shut up. I waited 3 hours for you assholes. Okay, shut up.
That's a good point.
We're stuck at the DMV, right? There was traffic.
We needed food. We hadn't eaten all day.
Yeah.
I actually only say it to the dude who's in the Marines. I say something like I have a mission for you. Should you choose to accept it, and you must be, or you'll be fired.
Just Mission Impossible him.
God no, I would like
Exactly.
even as just like a little simple lead, I would just like hand things to like associates. I'll be like, yeah, you do this, and they'll be like, why can't you do it? Be like, no, I don't want to.
Cause I told you to.
Yeah,
Get to
exactly.
work.
I don't want to. That's it. I don't want to.
It's like because I'm above you and I told you to do it, and they're like,
And then you just like finger pistol out of there.
No, and he's like, no, he's like, I'll get the whip. All right, I'll go do it. Or if you're in a store that has belts, I'll get the belt. Just don't use the metal end. From experience, it hurts.
yeah,
It does.
I've been hit by it.
We all have like
So-
traumatic experiences right now.
Oh
Through
yeah.
our heads.
Oh yeah. I'm just rocking back and
PTSD.
forth in fetal position right now.
Chris is slowly crying.
Another
Don't bring
news.
the whip again.
Another news. I forgot how, but I started talking about hallucinating with one of my managers, like one of my co-working managers,
Hmm.
and
Does Chris know this story?
I don't know. Chris, ever tell you about the story about me seeing a giraffe?
Go on.
All right. So this was actually the day. It was like the day before I started a new job, and it was Halloween. It was Halloween night. The next day was gonna be the first, or is it 31st for Halloween? No, it's the first, right?
31st is Halloween.
Okay.
Then November's the next day.
There you go. I thought Halloween was the 30th. Whoops. So I went to a party, like a bonfire thing with some friends. We hung out, drank a bit, ate some food. It was all good. And like, all right, it's about 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna head over to my friend's house that's a few blocks away and just chill there. And I stopped at the light, and at the light, I was really a bit tired. I thought I saw a giraffe just laying out in the middle of the street. So
Uh-huh.
I stood there, started accelerating. Then I saw the giraffe. I started honking my horn, trying to wake up the giraffe and get him to get up. And after like 5 or 6 honks, I was like, this giraffe isn't waking up. I can't get around him. So I drove onto the curb to get on the grass and drive around him. And then I got back on the street. And then from there, I just drove to my friend's house. As I was going to his complex, the gate opened and there's speed bumps. I thought the speed bumps were monkeys laying on their back sleeping. And after honking a bit, they also wouldn't wake up. So I started slowly driving over them so I wouldn't hurt them too much, which now that I think about it, that would have hurt them a lot more. So I did that, I think it took me like almost 15 minutes to go from the front of his complex to the middle of it because I kept going really slowly for all the speed bumps.
What were you smoking? Can I have
Mm.
some?
Nothing. I had 2 drinks, a fuck ton of pizza, and I think some cupcakes. I think someone took cupcakes.
Those cupcakes were totally edibles.
If they were, I didn't know, but they tasted pretty good.
Oh, you knew when you saw the giraffe.
I got home, and I got to my friend's house. He didn't get home till like 6 o'clock in the morning because he was like out clubbing on. And I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna sleep in my car. And then he took a picture of me with a bunch of, because I had one as a Joker,
Mhm.
and I had like the Joker paint and green in my hair. He woke me up at like 6:30 when he got to his house, and we went inside. I knocked the fuck out, and the next day I washed my face for like an hour before work so I could actually get all the paint off. Still had green in my hair though.
Damn.
And now I'm
What a night.
yeah, and now I've moved up.
Every time I think about giraffe, every time I hear the word giraffe, I always think about the Resident Evil 6 logo.
Oh yeah.
I think of Disney with the word giraffe.
Did they ever update that logo, or they kept it?
No, they kept it.
Yeah.
They kept it
To
all the
those
way.
who don't know, this Resident Evil 6 logo looks like a lady sucking off a giraffe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, if we haven't told the story, Chris, you heard about the story with Disney and the word giraffe, right?
No.
So, one of our old bosses, who is named Disney,
Hmm.
he likes to say he talks in a very unique way. It's really funny. Um, we were talking about, I don't know how, but it was a manager meeting, and we were talking about how some words are spelled really weirdly, and he learned
Oh, I
Spanish before
remember this
English.
story.
There you go. He spoke Spanish before English. But he mentioned, he's like, yeah, some words in English that were just so hard for me to learn because they're spelled really different. It's like giraffe. It's spelled with a PH and instead of F. And it's like, it sounds the same, so it's really confusing. And then everybody's like, yeah, wait. G-R-F-P-F-H-F? Like, what? Like, what? Put out Google, looked it up. It's like, Travis with an F. What the fuck are you on? And he thought it was PHPH. Not just one PH, but two fucking PHs back to back. Because he spelled it out. He spelled the fucking shit out on paper. Just like that. Just like that. They go a picture of a giraffe and just spell that onto it. It was so fucking stupid. We all felt so dumb thinking of it, not instantly catching on that it was two F's instead of PHPH. But we were fucking dying, and to this day, he still gets shit by the other managers and everyone who was there for that.
Because we're giraffe. He's like, fuck you.
He was at some point he was bitching at me for something, like joking around, bitching. He's like, "Fuck you, Mario!" Like, you blah blah blah. And I was like, "Yeah, well, he's like a fucking spell giraffe, huh? Yeah, that's what I thought." And I walked away. He's like, "Fuck you," and he walked away from me too. Dude, it was just so stupid.
Damn, that reminds me of a story from Internet Box where it was like probably like episode like 20 or 30. Andy, before he was an age dude,
Mhm.
he used to work at a gas station, and he was getting real frustrated with this consumer, and he just yelled, "I don't need this. I have a podcast."
That's us.
Oh my
It's
god!
like it's like, oh my gosh.
I want to use that line one day.
It reminds. No, you know which line I would love to use. There was there's a Game Grumps. They animated this. It's a Game Grumps animated where it's like, don't you know who I am? And it's like Mario was soaked on tea. Calm down. But it's pretty much what was it? I think it was Aaron who was like, don't you know who I am? I'm Eco-Raptor, internet extraordinaire, and he does like a little like snap, and like it's like a furry coat, and it's the most funniest animated
In
shit.
the animation, he has a scarf, and he like twirls the scarf around his neck. It's so great. There was a lady was
So
telling me about some crap at her job at what was it? No, Chris worked at IKEA. I was gonna say you worked at IKEA. Domino's too.
We all worked at IKEA at some point.
At one point.
Yeah.
But at Domino's
you still work
too,
at IKEA.
where
You still work at IKEA.
it's free furniture, okay?
And meatballs.
And meatballs, the good Swedish meatballs.
They got some nice combs.
50 cents hot dogs are like half
Do you
off.
think the employee discount counts towards the meatballs?
Fucking better.
Yes.
All
It
right.
does.
It does?
It does. I had a friend who worked there.
Yeah.
How are they not all obese?
It's healthy-ish, maybe. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Swedish meatballs
Yeah.
are healthy.
Yeah.
Okay.
They pay really
I don't
well.
know. I never
They pay
had
like
any.
60 an hour and give you a 401k and all that off the bat.
Shit.
Yeah, I know. We also used to work it, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, of course we all know this.
Well, so people who don't work there know. Get a job at IKEA.
Exactly.
Cheap furniture, cheap food, good pay.
Good pay.
At least for like a starting job, you don't already have a career. If you have a career, stick to your career.
And if you need to take a nap, they probably have a bed built.
They do. I have heard stories where they have just slept on some by accident on days where they're super late.
You
and
think
they're like, "Oops."
you think employees have banged on those beds?
Oh god, don't
Yes.
say that.
Yes,
Don't say that.
Pretty sure, right?
I'm sure.
They all like
I've
went to
I've
Pound
heard
Town on those
enough
beds.
shit from other places that I'm sure at least one person has.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
But yeah, lady was telling about her.
I wonder if there's a porno of that.
Google it.
I'll look that up later. Continue.
All right. Lady was telling me about some disorganization stuff on the Domino's sushi where I'm still like burping a bit from the iced tea that I choked on a second ago. And I was like, I'm just gonna walk into Domino's 2 and start like making changes around of the store and stuff. And if they ask me like, what are you doing? It's like, do you not know who I am? Do you not fucking know who I am? I have been contracted by your company, and you are not. What? Who the fuck are you? Give me your name right now. I'm gonna demote you or have you fired. I'm Eagle Raptor. Alright, I had to stall as well when I was first telling her this. That I was gonna do that because I was like, it's something Raptor, something rare, and I was like just stalling, making it like more obscene the situation. To that, she remember it was Eagle Raptor, and I was like, oh, I'm Eagle Raptor, internet and store designer extraordinaire. And I was like, I wonder if I can actually get someone in a.
I am actually John Domino. How do you not know me?
I was thinking that I was like, man, could you imagine if I have a job as being professionally hired to organize stockrooms for like just stores all over the world? So when I walk into a store, I'm like, this is trash, this is terrible, fuck you, you're fired, this is terrible, you don't know how to do your job. And they're like, who are you? Be like, don't you know who I fucking am? I have been contracted by the owner of this fucking company to organize your stockroom because you don't know how to fucking do your job.
And my name is Eagle Raptor. You should just like start off with being that and be like, okay, this is my actual name. Like, you need to get your shit together.
Flip out my card.
Bill Murray does like the opposite of that.
Really?
You ever heard those stories?
No.
Yeah, like he would go because everyone knows everyone knows who Bill Murray is. He would actually go steal their fries, and as he takes it away, he just goes, "No one would ever believe you."
That would be great. That is great.
Mm-hmm. What was it? There was some cute story where Tom Hanks he was jogging through Central Park, and there's a couple that they're taking like their wedding pictures, and he actually like stopped and he photobombed the picture in the back and stuff, and then he went up. He's like, oh hey guys, congrats, blah blah blah, and the bride is like freaking out. It's like, yeah, it's so nice to meet you. I'm just doing it for a jog, blah blah blah. It's like, oh my god, I could just imagine Tom Hanks just running by.
Like photobombing.
And if it was Bill Murray, he would just photobomb and you go.
Later.
He would like quickly
Just
grab a
walk.
sign, draw it, and be like, no one would ever believe you, and then run away.
Yeah. And then people will look at it and you go, so you photoshopped Bill Murray into this picture, right?
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, God damn you, Bill Murray. God damn you.
Is Bill Murray still alive?
Yeah.
Yes.
He looks pretty
All
old.
right, cool.
He has aged.
He has aged.
All right, so hopefully we don't start the AH tradition where we say a celebrity name and they die.
God, don't say that. I don't want to kill off Bill Murray.
What about Tom Hanks?
Shut up! I love Tom Hanks. I love Tom Hanks. All right.
So how's Assassin's Creed Odyssey?
So
How's
fucking good. It's really good.
I thought he was gonna say it sucks.
No.
'Cause
I'm
the
really
last-
happy because apparently it has in its first week alone it outsold since Black Flag, Unity, even Origins out on their first weeks it outsold it completely. By a huge margin. It's done
the
amazing.
last one I played was Assassin's Creed 3, and I did not like that game.
That's a terrible mistake. You gotta play
Yeah.
4. 4 is amazing.
The thing is though, like, okay, so I bought Assassin's Creed 3, and I'm probably in the minority with this, but I was actually invested in the overall plot, like the modern shit that was going on. So, couple, Connor being a terrible protagonist.
Yeah,
And
they actually
then
cut
the
out some stuff
ending-
for him that was gonna make.
And
it
then
better.
the ending of the actual trilogy there, it destroyed Assassin's Creed for me. I never played another one again.
Well, I can promise you, it's gotten better.
It definitely has.
Yeah,
gotten
of course.
better.
Because people rave about Black Flag. I just never did. And
Yeah.
then apparently it got worse after that, and then it got really good Origins, and
Yeah.
it's getting better.
Yes, because
Mm-hmm.
Black Flag was basically like if you like One Piece, this is the real like. If you like pirates, if you like pirates, if you think they're cool, if you think just going out to sea and being a fucking pirate is cool, Black Flag is totally the way to go. You do pirate shit. It is awesome. The story of it on how you become an assassin is really cool, and all that.
I
Assassin's
thought
Creed 3.
I thought Assassin's Creed 3 started great.
It did. It's like the intro twist was like, whoa, what the fuck? A
Exactly, and I
Templar?
thought,
Holy shit!
yeah, exactly. Well, spoiler.
You can play the remaster of the game. It's coming out soon if you buy the
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed
So
Odyssey
like,
Season Pass.
I played that and I was like, wow, that was a great intro. This is gonna be an amazing game. And you go, this is AIDS.
It had some good stuff to it, like the weapons
I
you
just
use
didn't
and all
care
stuff.
about
It's just
Connor.
Connor was not a good protagonist.
Just
And
hated
then,
him so
but
much.
there was supposed to be some cut content from the game. That was actually gonna make him better. That you're gonna see. There was gonna be like a time skip after the ending. There was gonna time skip to him being older, and you see how he's actually you play a little bit as him like that, and it basically
Yeah, but that's like 80 hours into the game.
I get that. So the game has plenty of issues, but just having that bit of ending, you can kind of see that already. At least he evolved and he got better as a leader of Assassin. Because realistically, with the way it ended, at least game wise, he's like, this is a terrible fucking assassin. Like the colonial assassins are not good. Like they're good people, but they're terribly organized. They're just not good at what they do, really.
And I think also like we just got off of like Ezio, and Ezio's an amazing character.
Ezio's an amazing character, but thing is that I don't use that. I can't. That is not a good excuse because Edward Kenway from Black Flag is an amazing character. He is far my all-time favorite.
But like just taking what I just said, going from amazing character to another character that should be on par or better. Once you go from there to Kenway, obviously going from shit to greatness is easier.
Yeah. That's a good point, but thing is, I would say Edward is closer to being on par with Ezio. If you compare them,
I fucking love Ezio.
Edward is very charismatic, and you can somewhat relate to him with certain things that what the decisions he made on why he did it. You can relate to him, like he needed to provide, he needed to do this to survive, and all that stuff, and that's kind of led him down that path. Connor was just like he didn't know what the fuck he was doing, and he was like, I'm gonna do a little bit of everything, and he just fucked everything while doing a little bit of everything.
Oh yeah,
it was a big shit show with that.
Like I'm not gonna play Black Flag like ever, but is Edward a Templar or an assassin?
He is an assassin. If you want me to just spoil it,
yeah, I don't care. I'm not gonna play the game.
He starts off as just a basic pirate, and he finds an assassin, and basically he ends up killing the assassin, takes the outfit. And then you find out the assassin was actually a traitor who was going to join the Templars. And he is like just helping the Templars and he's with them for a bit. He's like, yeah, I totally know everything that you're talking about. But please elaborate so I can get better details on what you know. And he kind of just favors them. And eventually he accidentally destroyed part of the they're like Caribbean assassins branch. I don't know what assassins branch they are or what the assassin branch is called. But he kind of ends up killing half of them by accident.
Okay.
And then he ends up joining them and actually bringing them back up. And then he goes back to England, and he leads the assassins there. Actually, if you play Assassin's Creed Syndicate, you can find his house and learn how he died and all that.
Okay, that's cool.
His son actually ends up being a Templar. Oh yeah, his son.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, Hathan. And it explains like how he actually got taken in to be a Templar.
A Templar, yeah.
With I think it's like someone who was kind of close to Edward that Edward knew was a Templar, and he was like kind of the other person didn't know that Edward knew, but Edward knew and all that stuff. And Edward died trying to save Hathan.
It's Hatham.
It's Hatham, yeah. Edward died trying to save him, and he did. And then the guy who Edward was close to, that was a Templar, kind of took Hatham in, and that's what turned him into a Templar.
Okay.
And then he kind of flipped it on the whole thing. Yeah.
Is there still like an overarching like story?
Yes.
Okay.
The overarching story if you want, I can just stream 4 so you can see it because I have the remastered version since it came on my Xbox.
If you put it up on YouTube, I'll watch it.
All right, we'll do that.
Yeah, because I'm not going to be watching a stream anytime soon.
Fair enough.
I'm barely able to watch Ray stream.
Fair enough.
So I watch a lot of his stuff through his YouTube channel.
Yeah, I do that too. I don't catch his streams normally. But the overarching story of Black Flag kind of changes where you're not using, since Desmond is dead after 3. It's kind of
Mm-hmm.
like they took samples of his DNA,
Mm-hmm.
and they're kind of like, oh, Esther's making movies and TV shows and stuff. They're kind of like recording it through the Animus and all that stuff. So you're kind of like
Okay.
digging in, and you kind of become a Templar in it towards
So
the
this
end.
is all still his memories.
In 4, yes.
Okay.
I think Unity came after 4. If I'm not mistaken.
Uh,
Yes, it
it's
was it's Unity
it's
and
Unity
Rogue.
slash Syndicate, right?
No, it's Unity slash Rogue. Which
Okay.
Rogue was all right. It wasn't like super mind blowing or anything, but you do see the other side of the coin, and you can see how the colonial assassins were really shitty. Like, they're actually pretty bad people to a certain
Okay.
degree, and they refuse to acknowledge their
The
shortcomings.
shittiness.
Yeah. So the Templars are actually kind
Okay.
of the good guys in that part, but overall, Templars are still shitty.
Okay.
And I think Rogue and Unity are not Desmond's DNA. I don't remember for Unity, and and Rogue I unfortunately never played. I only saw it.
Okay.
And they're kind of just using memories from other people who have like the Isu DNA, which is what the ancient civilization is called. The Isu. Origins though, Bayek from Origins was so good. Like, I would say he's definitely on par with Ezio, and everybody wanted another Origins like sequel of more Bayek and stuff, which I would have loved. But I can't complain about Odyssey. They completely switched it from Syndicate came before Origins, but still. They swapped it from basically just being a very good narrative to
Very good
being
gameplay.
almost like, no, it was still a good gameplay, but they improved the gameplay so much in Origins, and then they also made it more RPG like, which is really good. And then now in Odyssey, it's a full blown RPG where like you have skill trees, all this, like you have armor that gives you stat bonuses for certain things, and all, it's really really cool. I love it.
Playing Odyssey and Origins, could you go back and play Assassin's Creed 2?
Yes.
You could, and it
Yes.
wouldn't be that jarring.
It would take me a minute just to remember the buttons, because I remember I mostly just parried or
because I remember
like,
back in
you would
those,
wait to be attacked basically.
Exactly, back in those days, you just waited.
Yeah. Which I do like that the new ones are a bit faster paced because of that, because I don't like actually waiting to be attacked. So normally you can parry to kind of like block attack. I never do that in Odyssey or Origins. I rarely ever do. I normally just like dodge out of the way or like dash to a direction and then attack from behind. That's my play style. But I think the only Assassin's Creed game I could not go back to would be one. One that's just because it's the one game I haven't been able to beat in Assassin's Creed. I can't pass the one fucking mission where I had to pickpocket some asshole, and that asshole will always catch me at pickpocket. Or the one time out of, I think I spent 3 hours trying to pickpocket him. One time I actually managed to pickpocket him, but as I'm walking away, he turned around and saw me for some dumb reason, and I failed the mission. I had to restart.
That game, Assassin's Creed 1, almost broke me from achievement hunting.
There's so much in that game. I was like, I'm not gonna do it.
I was doing the 100 flags.
No,
and I was using the age map for it, and it was a really good map. But I don't know, I missed something, and I just I had 99 flags. And I just missed it, and I refused to go back.
See, if that was the case, I unfortunately would go back because I have done that before. I forgot what game it was.
Yeah, but some of those flags are such annoying to get.
It's such a pain in the ass.
It's like the equivalent of have you've played an Arkham game before, right?
I played all of them except for Night.
Like, all those freaking Riddler puzzles
Riddler
that you have to do
and all his bullshit.
Exactly. I refused to do it. After like 10 of them, and they started to get harder and harder, I was like, nope. All right, Riddler, you can have Gotham. I'm done. I ain't catching you.
I don't care. I give up.
I don't care.
If I see you, I'll shoot you. Fuck it. Get over with. But no,
I'll shoot you. And I think the only Arkham game I haven't played was Arkham Knight.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that's the one I didn't play.
Yeah, that's the only one I haven't played. The one where you can actually like run over people with the Batmobile. That's the only one I've never played.
But it's okay. They're safe. They're just like the Spider-Man game. You punch them off a building, they're still fine. You web them, and you actually do.
Yeah.
Unless though, if you hit somebody with like a block, if you web shoot, if you just try throwing a trash can, you hit them with a trash can off a building, you don't web them. The game does not automatically web them because you didn't knock them off. The trash can did.
I've seen videos
So
of it. Yeah.
so I was like, that's pretty fucking funny.
It's
Turn
good.
Spider-Man into a villain, actually killing people. Pretty great.
He actually has the symbiote on him.
Does
He's
he?
just killing people now.
I actually haven't seen. We need to watch that.
No, I actually no. I'm just making a joke, making a dumbass. Don't worry about it.
But yeah,
I was hoping for the symbiote because I love the symbiote suit.
Mhm.
That's my favorite suit.
I really want to watch the Spider-Man into the what is it, the
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse?
Into the Spider-Verse.
God, I really want to
Into
see
the
that
Spider-Verse,
one.
yeah.
It looks so good.
How long have we been going, by the way?
We're
We're already at an hour 16, so
Yeah.
it's time to go.
Okay. All right. Hey, look, we were able to bullshit for an hour and 16.
Oh yeah.
There you go. More of the story. People can't spell giraffe. I hallucinate giraffes. And Assassin's Creed Odyssey is a great game that you should buy.